Fanatic.com, brought to you by Patrick Eads and his staff and service department at Deary Brothers Ford on Mormon Trek. Steve Anderson, Hawkeye Title and Settlement. Mike's E-Keys for cars. GT Car and his crew at Supple's Building and Remodeling. Supple's Flowers, home of 1-800-800-ROSE. The Midtown Family Restaurants. Harty and Stocker Jewelers, 101 South Dubuque Street, downtown Iowa City. Premier Automotive in North Liberty. The Oxyoke Inn in the Amanis. Also, Streets Maintenance. And Dr. Lance Forbes Diamond Dental in Cedar Rapids. Here's Tom Suter and Pat Harty from HawkFanatic.com.
Okay, we're a little bit late. Sorry about that. Had some technical difficulties on our
That's not what.
TV stuff, and Pat was running a little late.
I'm the reason we're late.
Well, yeah, you would have had to have been late anyway because we.
Oh, so then it's really okay.
No, it's all your fault.
God, I could have milked this even more.
You could have.
Well,
showing here
you still can.
Showing up here about 10, and we're halfway through this thing. Now I had a couple things I had to take care of, and we're 15 minutes late.
We can go as long as we go.
Want to start the show though on a somber note. I was told last night by that Pete Van Ilswick, who worked for the University of Iowa, he was part of the maintenance. I mean, like Carver Hawkeye Arena maintenance, stuff. And he was everywhere. I got to know Pete over the years and would see him occasionally at the grocery store, whatever. I was just told recently that he just passed away, so I want to send my thoughts out to his family and all his friends and anyone who knew him. It's sad. Way too young. He passed away from cancer. I had a talk with him in the aisles at Hy-Vee a while back. He had been diagnosed with lung cancer, but he was doing okay then. But it's just really sad because he was one of those guys. He was an Iowa fan. Don't get me wrong, but he was far from a. Homer? He was not a homer at all. He was actually pretty critical. He would let me know. I mean, I remember a couple of, hey, I read your nonsense the other day, but he just did it in a way where it didn't offend you, if you know what I mean. And so, when I heard that, I just sad.
No, the camera.
Uh-oh. What's going on, man? We just got problems.
No,
I'm blaming it on the dish guy back there.
Don't blame anything on the dish guy.
He's your bridge between being left out here alone, right?
Yeah.
We have no contact with the outside world right now.
We do.
Yeah, we do.
Not on TV.
No, not on TV.
I mean, we're lost.
Well, we're on our stream.
Yeah, we're streaming.
Oh, our stream. Okay, all right. But what's going on in the world around us right now? We don't know.
Well, it's an incredibly beautiful day.
It is.
Now, is it tomorrow that it's going to get cold?
It's really weird. Yeah, tomorrow.
Isn't it supposed to be like 39?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
No, today's 73, tomorrow 72, tomorrow night, low of 18.
That's good. And then what is it the next day?
It's 31, then it's back up to the 50s and 60s.
So just one day where we go back to even not a bad 31 for February is not that bad.
No,
it's really
it
not
isn't.
But a chance of rain or snow tomorrow night and a low of 18. What the?
18 will be a little, but
From 72 to 18.
It'll be wild feeling that thing. 'Cause that's going to be one you'll notice it. I'll notice that wind starts coming out of the north or whatever. But then you say backed up into the 50s. Wow.
50, near 50, Thursday, upper 50s, Friday, this weekend, upper 60s to low 70s.
Wow.
So,
and then it's March.
So Tuesday when we're walking to Carver.
It's going to be 90.
It'll be a Tuesday evening. It's an 8 o'clock game.
Yeah.
So what'll it be, about 60?
I bet it'll maybe a little cooler by then.
Not if it's going to dump to 18.
So it dumps to 18 Tuesday into Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll probably be a little cooler than that. So I would
take a coat.
And
or a hoodie.
What are you and Ann going to show up in bathing suits or something?
Yeah, are you going to do that?
Today we could.
Well, do you have your air on yet? You'll turn it on here in the next couple.
I haven't had the air on.
You will though the next day. I went into Subway yesterday. And it was I felt bad for the workers. It was really warm in there. But they said, with the oven and everything so close together, it's always hot in there. I feel it was really, and they're not going to have the air on this time of year, and it was warm. They acknowledged it. They're like, felt bad for them.
Yep. We go to Subway.
I go there
once every couple
we
of weeks.
We went to Subway Friday night. think we went.
Yeah, I mean, I do it every.
Friday
It's
night.
right there. There's so many of them. They're kind of like McDonald's. They're right. They're always just right there. It seems.
Well,
like.
they are. They are kind of like McDonald's, except you can watch them make your sandwich, so it's unusual to have them screw it up.
Yeah. Oh no. They. Yeah. If you're paying attention, they rarely do, and they. It's
McDonald's. Everything is cloak and dagger. You don't see what they're doing until you open up your bag, and it's like Cracker Jacks. You never know what you're going to get at the bottom.
I got. All right. No, you got to let me tell my story.
Tell your
This
story.
happened this morning, not that long ago. I went to McDonald's because I was in the middle of doing errand stuff, and I ordered a hash brown patty,
Okay, seems simple enough.
a biscuit, and grape jelly, and it just threw. I mean, she repeated it to me, but in a confusing tone, like, "So you want a hash brown patty and a biscuit with jelly?" And I'm like, "Yes." And then I get up there and I get to the window to pay, and she's like, "Okay, you've got the hash brown patty and the sausage patty, right?" I'm like, "No, I've got the hash brown patty with the biscuit and grape jelly." "Oh, okay." Then I start punching something in. "Okay, thanks." So then I get up there and they hand me the bag, and I, like an idiot, I didn't check. I get out, I pull out of there, and it's too late. I look in there and I get the hash brown patty, a sausage patty with grape jelly. I mean, I'm not sure how you can screw something up that. And the sausage patty was okay, but have you seen those things? They're like this big.
Yeah,
They're
and
about the size of a $50
a
anymore.
biscuit would have. I wanted to be a little more. Yeah, it was nothing. And all right,
We went there. I went there.
it's gonna be hard to top that one. You gonna be able to top that one?
Not really.
Let's see. Let's hear it.
Okay, when we go get, Jan wanted a chocolate sundae, and it's 10 o'clock, so DQ's closed.
Okay.
So McDonald's has chocolate sundaes. Now, when you go through,
they're not bad.
When you go through DQ, you get a pup cup if they see your dog there, and it's just a little.
I know what you're talking
Okay.
about.
So I go there, and have you ever had a ice cream from McDonald's?
Yeah, I just said their Sundays aren't bad. Years ago,
pretty good.
They're not bad.
No, I have had some, and it's
they're
good
not bad.
size.
Yeah.
Okay, so I pay it. It's the same price and everything. It's, normal. And I get the damn thing, and it's smaller than a pup cup. And I'm serious.
So the order that you were given to Jan was smaller than what they.
Yeah, what the dog would have got. And we never get the pup cup for the dog because she's 100 pounds.
But isn't that the case?
She
So everything's just smaller now.
But ridiculously small.
I mean, the sausage patty was. It was tiny. It was thin, and I just didn't want it. But I couldn't believe how much they screwed a simple order up.
I said to the gal, this is a lot smaller than I remember.
And she probably looked at me
And she
said,
goes,
"Move on, Slick."
no, she said, they just changed it this week.
Oh, the size?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
But not the price.
not the price.
Yeah, that's happening a lot. I actually, was it six? Nah, there was some newscast that just did something a week ago. And it was about that very thing, that smaller portions for the same price is starting to happen
Yeah,
all over.
yeah.
But I don't know. I just couldn't believe it was that. I think if you go beyond a combo, some of them get confused.
If you go, was this Sycamore Mall?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go there. They don't want to work. They don't.
No, I won't always. I've had some pretty nice people there. I think a lot of it's hit and miss. But I do think it's hit. Let's don't paint them all with a broad brush.
Okay,
This ain't the top of the work chain, okay?
Listen, I go to the one on Riverside, even though it's far.
I've had better luck there.
Yeah, and they do it right.
Well, the problem there is that when I do want to go there, like on a Friday night, there's cars from there down to campus.
Yeah, you know why?
Because it's the only place open, and they're all drunk.
Yeah, and besides that, they'll screw it up at Sycamore.
Well, also, Sycamore, that one's open 24 hours a day, too, though, the one down on Riverside. The Sycamore one, doesn't it close at like 11?
They say they're open 24 hours, but I've gone there at like 4 o'clock to.
Oh, they are saying now that they're open 24 hours?
No, they're open 24 hours.
They didn't used to be. They used to close at 11 o'clock.
What, Riverside?
No, the one on...
No, it closes at 1 now, I think.
1, okay.
But Riverside says it's open 24 hours. I've gone there at 4 o'clock, and because Tommy likes frappes. So on occasion, I'll pick him up a frappe.
Isn't that special?
And I go there at 4 o'clock, and they go, "Hey, could you come back in like an hour?"
Oh, sure, I'll delay my radio program.
Because what, they're understaffed?
What am I good?
Somebody probably didn't show up for work, and they can't.
Probably.
Can't make a frappe out of a machine.
I don't.
Well, what I've run into, occasionally I'll stop at Casey's to get something in the morning if I don't have a piece of toast at home, okay? The one on Highway 6, closest to Sycamore Mall, they're not open all the time. I've been there 3 different times in the last month,
Okay, wait,
and they were closed.
The one on Highway 6 close. So you're talking about the one way out past, like, the car dealerships?
No, the one that's closest to
where he lives.
yes.
Okay, I know. Okay, right by Broadway.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that one.
That one. Okay, I've only been in there once.
And yeah, people don't show up.
Hello. Okay.
How about the Hawks?
How
How about the Hawks? Great game yesterday.
That was a good game.
Yeah, that's cool. They put the logo of where her shot is. Now that's going to be there forever, and I still think at some point they're going to do a statue for it. I'm not saying that.
I hope they do too. I read your
because I'm not the
article.
only one that
great.
suggested, but I think that's a no-brainer, and it'd make more sense moving Gables over to the wrestling. And speaking of wrestling, man, wow, that was impressive. I mean, Oklahoma State's certainly not Penn State, so I'm not getting carried away, but Iowa handed them a good one. 22-9. Ben Keeter,
thrashing.
Ben Keeter beat the number 11 ranked guy, beat him 5-1. So yeah, this was a good day for Iowa wrestling to kind of show, yeah, it's Penn State, but it's still us as the next best.
We're not.
That's not where they want to be.
But
being number 2 is better than being number 3 or number 4. And the way Iowa wrestled yesterday, they'd give Michigan a run. Penn State, I don't know. One of their key guys injured his knee. Carter Staracci, I'm not sure the extent of it, but he would be he's a 2-time champion. He's one of those guys who's almost a lock to win a national title. But I saw on Twitter that he injured his knee, so I don't know the severity of it. But good work by Iowa Wrestling. Congratulations on that. And I did the Iowa women's wrestling. They qualified all 15 of their, and the scores are remember the Bad News Kelly Leak and the Bad News Bears?
Yeah.
That's who they're like right now. They're just destroying everybody. And they qualified 15 for the Nationals. Now, it was a rough weekend for the Iowa baseball team.
But yeah, boy, I guess
Softball team had some success down in Jacksonville, but the baseball team lost all 3 games against good competition. But
yes,
the bullpen's got to be fixed. I mean, Rick would acknowledge that. The bullpen was serious now. Brody Breck had another good outing. Marcus didn't have a great outing. He had 4 walks and 3 innings, I believe. And Cade Obermiller was okay, but their mid and their bullpen didn't sustain, as you could tell by the scores.
Yes.
Hello.
Games.
Hello.
Hey, Carl.
And our men, they seemed to play. They played pretty well most of the game, and then toward the end, they had problems with Illinois.
Yeah, it's Illinois'
You
good
think
team.
you think we can beat them when they come here?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they could lose, too. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either way.
I was shocked when you said that Pete died. I remember him real well when I worked over there on seatbacks, and didn't he lose a lot of weight?
Yes, he did. He lost a ton of weight.
And I know he said he had to go in for an operation on. Once you lose weight, you still have excess skin that won't suck back in. And I remember him telling me how painful that was.
Yeah, it was tough, man. He was a good guy. I always got a kick out of him. He was always there for some good Hawkeye perspective.
Yeah, I knew him for quite a long time. And I was wondering, I thought the women, all of them got out there yesterday and they were hitting their threes. And if we can stay together like that and play like that, we can go a long ways.
Yeah, it was a good team display by all means. What do we have, 17 threes?
I think so.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So, I thought the weekend with the baseball, that was too bad. I listened to some of that. I can get it on 1360 out here until it gets dark. Then you can't hear anything.
Why would that?
1360? Yeah.
Why would Cedar Rapids?
It's not a good
That's
signal.
Yeah, they changed direction.
Must be a little dinky station.
So when the sun goes down, they lose their power.
Yeah, when the sun goes down, you can't hear anything. And you can't hear anything when you get into Iowa City.
Yeah,
it's not a good
It's
signal.
not a good.
Makes me think of that song, "Seasons in the Sun."
Listen, I had to call up.
No.
I had to call up Kicks. I didn't.
Yeah, you said something about they kept playing that that same song over and
Well,
over and
they
over
had
again.
they had the baseball game scheduled for the afternoon, and to start the afternoon, but it didn't. It got rained, a rain delay.
Well, plus the other game went into extra innings, I believe.
Yeah.
too.
So what they did was they played a 60-second bed. What the Hawkeye Network does is sends the 60-second bed so you know that your satellite receivers are working.
Uh-huh.
So it played a 60-second bed over and over again.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I've heard this.
song.
Did you tell us this before? Because I've heard this.
Yeah.
Did we talk about this previously?
We
I
did.
don't know.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right.
had to call him and
Because I wasn't like
yeah.
flippant or anything. I just didn't remember because I've heard that. That's interesting.
yes.
Well,
Don't they
does
have somebody
have to
listening?
go down there and take
No.
care of it, or what?
So they have nobody in town that works there that even has.
There
any,
is nothing in
So
town.
no human
This
ever
is
walks into that building.
It's in Cedar Rapids. Yeah. Well, very rarely. Maybe if they have to report a client. I don't know if they still do that, but
Well, what do they do with that KXIC building?
it's
It's
for sale. I think it's for
Because
sale.
don't they
I
have
remember
the
walking
tower-
in there
but they have
way
to have
back
the
when
other
they had
towers.
people there.
don't they?
The towers, yeah, the towers.
The towers are there.
Yeah, they lease those, and I think the building. It's empty. It's a laptop in a closet in Cedar
What's
Rapids.
stopping the homeless from going in there and living? Turn it into Squattersville.
What's locked up?
Well, just,
Well, I don't want the homeless to go in there.
I didn't say. I'm not suggesting. I'm saying what's stopping it.
Well, it's locked up.
Well, when's that ever
So
stopped?
who
anyway?
takes care of it?
I don't know.
We don't know.
Evidently, I do, because I'm the one calling them telling them to fix it.
Well, who sets the whole thing up?
There's somebody in Cedar Rapids.
But they don't necessarily have to be in that building to do it.
No,
Okay.
no, because they're not.
And half the time they're not awake.
I've seen that build. That's not a bad building. Wouldn't somebody who owns it want to figure out a way to make money from it, or just as opposed to just letting it sit there?
iHeart makes less than 1% of what they make across the country in Iowa.
So they don't. So they really don't care.
They don't.
They don't care. So that's
They don't care.
WHO, KKRQ, KXIC, WMT.
WOC.
Like what's on there right now? If
I-
you were to turn it on.
Some
Well,
probably.
they probably have
Fox
those
Sports,
Fox,
isn't it?
the
Yeah,
Oh,
Fox
something
Sports.
national. Okay.
Yeah.
Fox Sports, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, because the Fox Sports is on there all the time.
Here it's local and live.
live.
Live and local. What do you go for?
360.
Live, local, and late.
But a lot of times they don't set that up right because you'll be listening to a game and then all of a sudden it'll cut off and they're the Fox Sports guys.
That's right. It's done on a computer, and they don't care. And I don't know why anybody would listen to them.
Well, then why do they keep saying they're the university station?
Because
They are.
Because they have an agreement with the university.
Yeah, they have an agreement that
exclusivity.
that they can carry their games if they program them correctly.
Well, then get on the stick. They're the only thing that you can hear in the only AM station that you can hear in Carver.
Yeah,
And
Can't
so
hear
it
them.
make-
We
well, no, you can get KCJJ, but you're not carrying the games.
we
I
would
wish
love
you
to.
were carrying
we would
the
love
We do
to,
too.
We would love to carry the games,
Yeah,
but-
because then I could get you all the time.
but because of evil people, terrible people, we're not allowed to.
Well, get in there and fight. Jeez. Okay, guys, have a good day.
All right, Karen, thank you.
Bye.
Who are these evil people?
The-
What names?
I would. I heart evil people.
iHeart is.
Whoever's not programming the computer correctly, evil.
Who's ever working the drive-through at McDonald's?
Evil.
Some of them,
I don't know if evil's
some,
unaware.
some of them are evil.
And I really wanted a biscuit too.
Now, ironically, this morning I drove through that parking lot to look at the
What'd you think of
pothole
it?
we were talking about.
What'd you think of it?
It's I thought it was maybe a yard wide, 3 feet,
maybe a little, but
and maybe 6-8 inches deep.
at least 6 to 8 inches deep. It's maybe the biggest pothole I've ever seen,
It's right up there.
and it's just sitting there, just saying.
And
hey.
there's a couple of other potholes that you
right.
drive by that are deeper than that one.
So
but
I wonder,
not as
what do you think?
far
Why
around.
it takes? Because you think because it is. That's not that road. Is that road private property?
Well, isn't that thing for sale again?
Well, it was just sold.
Did somebody just buy it?
Yeah.
When you say that thing, what are you talking about?
This is the mall.
somebody
mall
bought
is- okay.
somebody bought Core out a year ago. Or
Interesting
so.
you say
Okay,
that.
but I thought that they put it for sale.
I don't know.
I don't know. I got a call. You call it at the Sycamore Mall. That's not our name. I said, well, it is until you advertise.
A buddy of mine,
What do you want?
who I grew up with back. I went to grade school with him. We didn't go to the same high school, but out of the blue, he called me. This was probably 10, 12 years ago. I was living over where I live now, and he was part of a group out of Atlanta that were interested in buying the Sycamore Mall, and he asked me about it. And I didn't, it's not like I said, I wasn't really bad either way. I told him, man, I don't know. I'm like, they do have great potholes in the, but no, I didn't tell them what to do either way, and they ended up not doing it. But it seems like it's been sold a lot.
Yeah, and they want to be the marketplace or whatever. That's not what people call it. People in this community
Call it Sycamore Mall.
Call it Sycamore Mall.
Yeah.
And I don't know why you fight that.
Yeah, who cares?
Why do you fight?
The marketplace is at Sycamore Mall. Panera is at Sycamore Mall.
Yeah.
Ollie's. What about Ollie's?
Well, what about the Sycamore Theater?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And it is on Sycamore. In all fairness.
Yeah, why fight that?
I don't know.
Why fight that?
I have no idea. That's not the reason that it's not doing well. The name has nothing to do with it.
Well, Ollie's has sure helped.
Oh, Ollie's is.
And I haven't been in there yet.
I don't think is Panera struggling.
I don't believe so.
They always seem pretty busy when I go.
No, I don't think anybody right now is struggling there.
There's sometimes I'll go to Panera.
I mean,
and
they got a lot of cars there now.
Yeah.
Well, they'll be 8, 9 deep, and one person working the register, and I'm just like, I don't. So they don't look like they're struggling.
No, and there's a poor guy that's stuck in that pothole. Nobody will help.
Yeah,
out.
that's a serious pothole.
I do
Like
find
the
it
little
odd though.
girl
That,
in the well.
What do you think they're waiting for to fix it? Is it just bureaucracy,
Maybe
red
weather,
tape,
maybe?
weather? Well, I mean, God, the weather's been.
What happened to that guy that was going to fix our pothole?
I don't know, but it's getting pretty good too.
Yeah, I was going to say it's getting hard to miss it on that turn now.
Hello.
Hey, good morning. So are the prices, I know this is going back a little bit, but are the prices, like at the fast food places there in Iowa City, going up? Have you seen an increase
I
at
don't
all?
do it enough to know. I
don't think so.
that was my first trip to McDonald's in probably 2 months.
I don't think they're going up necessarily. They're just.
Because I went into
the size is
KFC
going
over the
down.
weekend. KFC had their starting thing, their two-piece meal was over $10. And
Two-piece?
I was blown away by that. Their prices were so incredibly high.
I haven't been to KFC.
Wow, because I saw something for Pizza Ranch that was 8 pieces of chicken and some of those wedge potatoes for $20,
But two-piece.
and that didn't seem.
I haven't been to
Seems a little
KFC for a
high,
while,
maybe,
but two-piece with sides seems over 10 seems a little.
Last time I went to KFC, it was
Did you get a 2-piece or 3-piece?
I got strips
God, that
and a
sounds
chicken pot pie, and the chicken pot pie was good. The strips were so greasy I could have cooked another meal in them.
Really, I've never gotten their strips. I'm always the same 3-piece with green beans and mashed potatoes and gravy. God, does that sound good right
Sure
now?
does.
I'm so
So
hungry.
one more thing, if I can. I know
Sure.
this isn't sports related either, but
We'll get to
why
sports
isn't
at some
anybody
point.
talking about how high the gas prices have gotten in our neck of the woods? I travel. I'm a truck driver. Like right now I'm in western Kansas, listening to you guys on the app, and gas prices everywhere else except for in the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City area are like $2.70, $2.80, and we're paying $3.09, which is the same price they're paying over in Illinois. And Illinois has a much higher gas tax than we do, so there's no way we should be paying the same amount that they do. But it just seems like they're price gouging the hell out of us, and nobody is saying anything
They
about
probably are.
God, I didn't even. I mean, I filled up a couple of days. I'll have to fill up again probably tomorrow, but I didn't even notice, to be honest with you.
I use my Hy-Vee fuel saver at Casey's, and My price is really good.
I have a fuel saver now. So, but yeah, I did not realize. So you say where you are now, it's like 270.
Yeah, I'm in a little town called Pratt, Kansas. It's going down towards Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm heading towards Los Angeles is where I'm going. But
Wow.
I look at the gas prices because, when you're driving, you got to do something. And everywhere else except for even Des Moines is cheaper than we are. They're down around 280.
And Cedar Rapids is cheaper,
there's a lot of
too.
stations that are over $3 in our area, and it just doesn't make sense that
I have to look for that today.
still going on.
I'm going to pay attention now as I drive around and see what the prices are. Because, I was not aware of that.
My biggest thing is that we're the same price as Illinois. And that there's just no way that should happen because, like I said, their gas taxes in Illinois are like 30 or 40 cents more a gallon than what we pay.
Wow.
Huh.
So, anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. It was a great weekend for the Hawks, like you said, except for the baseball. But, man, it was fun watching the women yesterday.
Yeah, sure was.
Them hauling up the 3-ball like they were doing yesterday was great. And I hope they, like you said, that they keep playing like that because they're going to go a long ways if they can get a team effort like that and have Caitlin getting those triple doubles. I think they said on the radio that Iowa, the women are 17-0 when Caitlin has a triple double.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah, I'm not aware.
So,
Wouldn't doubt that for a
But
second.
yeah, they seem to do better when it's spread out like that.
Yeah.
well, thank you guys so much for keeping
Well, drive
me company
safe.
as I travel across the country.
Drive safe.
Well,
Good listening to you. Have a great day and go Hawks.
Well, when you get to Los Angeles, look up Steven Soberoff Park. That's my park. That was named after my cousin. But he said
I'll see if I can
could say
find
it's
it.
mine. Okay.
Well, good
I'll
luck
have to
to
go
you.
see if I can get a picture of it and
Yeah, it's got
put
a
it up on X.
It's got a
There you
nice,
go.
nice plaque. Thanks.
Very cool. You guys take care.
All right, drive safe. So, yeah, it was the game yesterday. The team played just beautifully after playing not beautifully against Indiana. So it was a nice bounce back.
Yeah.
It was good.
Now they got what? They have,
At Minnesota
and then-
Wednesday.
and then at home against Ohio State.
and
Did
then
Ohio
home-
State?
yes.
They did. Did they beat Maryland?
They did.
So-
It ended up being 13 points, I think.
So Ohio State could come into that game not needing to win the Big Ten regular season title.
All they have to do, they're assured of a tie.
A tie right now, but if they win, it's over. If they
Well,
win,
they have one game coming up.
Yeah, if they win
against-
that game, Iowa can't do anything.
That's correct.
That's what I mean. It'll be over. So
It will be
Ohio
over.
State may come in with no pressure, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of impact that has. It could make them play better. Could make them play worse. Who knows?
Well, hopefully Iowa's motivated.
Oh, they're going to be
They're still
motivated.
playing for seeds and
They're,
stuff.
and, you could argue. Well, it won't be, even if she does go, it won't be her last game at Carver.
No.
Unlike the men, if it were the men, it would be that because Iowa's going to host at least.
Right.
They're going to host the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament, so you won't have that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where Ohio State is coming from an emotional standpoint. Do you know who they play before they play Iowa?
I looked at I can't remember now if they're going to win.
But it's not Indiana,
No.
and it's obviously not Iowa.
No.
And it's not Maryland because they just played Maryland. I guess they would beat Michigan State.
It looked to me, maybe
Was it Purdue, Wisconsin?
it might be Michigan,
Okay.
who already
I guess
beat them.
I guess we
So
could-
I guess it could be interesting.
They play Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan's been really up and down.
They have.
Last I saw their record after they lost to Michigan State, I think it was 7-8.
And Ohio State's home against Michigan, and Michigan handed them their only Big Ten loss. So
And even though Ohio State's only lost once and they're ranked, I still don't think it's a great team. I mean, in the traditional sense, what I mean. Yes, it's a really good team. Could give.
are they as good as South Carolina? I would think.
No, I don't think they're as good, but I didn't really think Iowa was as good as South Carolina.
Well,
I think
that's
if
true.
Iowa and South Carolina played 10 times last year, South Carolina maybe wins 7 or 8. But it only takes
It's
that
a
one
one
time.
game. That's right.
But I don't think Ohio State is markedly better than Iowa, is what I'm saying, as a team.
I would agree.
So
with
we'll
that.
see. I mean, they're more athletic.
They're
a
more
little
athletic,
more physical,
a little bigger.
a little bigger. They defend better. They don't have Caitlin. That makes a big difference.
They don't.
So we'll see. I mean, but like I said, no disrespect to the regular season, because I'm a huge regular season fan, more so than I am conference tournaments. I like conference tournaments, don't get me wrong, but to me, those aren't big make-or-break statements either way. If you're going to do it, you may as well win it, like Fran and those guys did in 21. That's worth noting. To me, regular season titles are way more impressive. It's harder to win a regular season title, I think, than you could almost argue any postseason title.
Okay, now when did Iowa win? The Iowa women win the regular season in 21 also?
I can't remember.
I can't either.
I thought they did both one year, tied for it or something. I mean, they've won the tournament now twice with Caitlin, haven't they?
Twice.
Yeah,
Okay.
so, but no, this team, and even if things don't go, I'm not saying this is now all gravy for Caitlin, but in a way it is. What she did last year, that broke down all the barriers as far as, how far can she go with her team? Well, I mean, getting to the championship game last year, to me, she met that requirement, if that's the right word. Now, of course,
That's
you would
an
love to
interesting
win
word
it.
for it, but
You would
yes.
love to have won it. You'd love to win it again. But if she falls short this year, though, she's still going to always. You're still going to be able to say when you're talking about her legacy, man, she led Iowa to the championship game. That by itself, to me, that's similar to like when LeBron James led that first Cleveland team to the NBA Finals. They didn't win, but to me, just getting there was a great accomplishment. Now, some people, his critics, will hold that against him when they count all the NBA Finals that he's lost, but to me, just getting there was an achievement.
Caitlin leading that team last
That
year
was-
to the finals, the first final game,
That was
the only
legendary.
time it's ever been done.
That was legendary
by
to me.
Iowa.
To me, that was, and the way they beat South Carolina. I mean, to me, yes, if she wins a national title this year, of course, that's going to just take her legend to even greater heights. But her legend's fine. I don't think if they fall short of winning a national title, to me, that does nothing to hurt her legend and legacy, in my opinion. Now, she's always going to have her critics, and lots of times criticism like that is founded on jealousy, resentment.
It was really fun watching. Ann and I rewatched the game last night, and it was fun because some of her teammates tried to make the three from her where she hit the shot to hit the record.
Were any of them air
Not
balls?
even close. No.
Yeah, Caitlin addressed that in the
And Caitlin drilled it again.
She did address that in the post game, and you could tell she was she kind of had a kind of a sarcastic tone to her. Like, hey, good luck with trying to make that shot. That's fun though. When you're ahead like that, you can do that. So were they air balls?
One was, I can't remember who shot it.
You do still see a lot of air balls in women's basketball.
You do.
That's one thing I've noticed. I mean, I don't care if it's South Carolina versus Georgia, where there's times where you just see air balls.
There are a few more than you see in the mail.
Now,
every now and again you
You'll
get
see
them
them in the
mail.
mail. I mean, I saw one yesterday with Rutgers. God, that Rutgers-Maryland game was freaking brutal.
Oh, I'll bet.
I couldn't keep watching it. I mean, I think Rutgers ended up scoring 46 points, I believe. Maryland won. It was just brutal. Both those teams are way better defensive teams. And like John Beeline said at halftime, he's like, well, the problem with this game is neither team can shoot. They just don't have any shooters. Rutgers sometimes is one of the worst offensive teams I've ever seen.
I like John Beeline.
I do.
I
think
always have.
Yeah, he was a great coach. Hell, he could come out of retirement right now and hit a program and probably start an instant impact.
I'll bet he could.
And he's still, I mean, he's getting up there. He may be over 70 now, but man, he still looks good, and he does great in the studio. I think Fran would be good in the studio.
Yeah, he would.
I think he would be great as an analyst. No, I'm not suggesting that's what he should do. I'm just saying I think Fran would have a good presence if they had him as an analyst. He's I mean, obviously knows the game inside and out, but he's really good at expressing himself and whatever. I think he'd be really good. I think Fran would be better than Kirk. Do you think that's fair? And that's no knock on Kirk. I think Kirk would be okay, but I just think Fran just seems a little
He's
more...
a little more effusive.
That and a little more analytical publicly and what have you. It's no knock on Kirk, because Kirk's one of those guys, no matter what you asked him to do, he would somehow figure out a way to do it pretty good. That's that's kind of how I describe it. Even if public speaking maybe not a strength or whatever, I'm not saying that's a weakness for him, but to me, Fran just seems like a natural in that. I mean, I was watching, Jay Wright was doing color analyst. I didn't know who it was for the whole first half of the game. I'm like, who is this? Because sometimes I'd really like him, and other times I'd be like, and it turned out to be Jay Wright, one of the greatest college coaches, I would say, of all time, and he was okay. He sometimes would get the name of arenas wrong. He'd say arena instead, like he kept saying Breslin Arena.
Instead of Breslin Center.
And how's Michigan State doing? Wow. They just fell apart against Ohio State. at
Yeah,
home.
they're having trouble.
They're 9-8. They may not get in. I mean, they're 9-8 now. They were 9-6 with back-to-back home games against Iowa and Ohio State. You know their fans were thinking they were going to be 11-6.
Oh,
and in the tournament, they'd be in the tournament right now. Now they're scrambling.
They might have to do something in the
I think
Big
they're going
Ten
to have to do
tournament.
some. I don't know who they have left on their schedule, but man, that was not good. They just couldn't score at the end. And I give Ohio State credit. This interim coach, this Diebler, I don't know if he's the brother of the.
A brother of John Diebler.
They look alike. I wonder if it is. I'll have to look that up. But he's done a good job.
It has to be, doesn't it?
I would think he's done a good job with that team. They played with a lot of emotion and energy down the stretch. They could have easily just given up. They didn't. What's funny is they're only 7-10 in the Big Ten, but Ohio State's got the same overall record as Iowa. They're both 16
Wasn't
and
John
12.
Diebler the 3-point specialist for Ohio State?
That's the one who Bohannon.
Yes.
But no, that was an impressive effort, and Michigan State's got some issues, and Izzo, as great as he is, the last 3 to 5 years have not been the same. They're leveling off. Michigan State is starting to level off.
They're coming back to the pack.
They're coming back to the pack is a good way to put it. They're not that Final Four streak of stuff that's over and what have you. So it's going to be interesting to see how he navigates this new landscape.
He just lived and had just some run of great athletes,
and a lot of them stayed 2 to 3 years.
That's right.
I mean, Zach Randolph was one of the first ones to leave really early as a Michigan State star player. I mean, Mateen Cleaves, those guys stuck around. Morris Peterson, Antonio. He was a big part of that team, too. His last name's escaping me. But those guys stayed at the program, and they were Draymond Green, I believe, played 3 or 4 years at Michigan State.
He did, and that's – I think you just put your finger on the pulse, and we've seen it at Iowa, too. We had some great players here, but they left early. We lost both of the Murrays early. Luka left a year early, right?
No, Luka played 4.
Did he?
Yeah, Luka played 4. And
but he could have played another.
I mean, he could have played
year.
He could have played another year. I mean, was he part of the COVID?
I think so.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to compare Iowa and Michigan State. But
I'm just saying, as far as early departures.
They've recently. I mean, until just recently, part of the joke was that Iowa never had any. I mean, the last early departure wasn't it Ricky Davis? Prior to this little streak here, and what have you, but. The reason players aren't leaving Michigan State now for the NBA is because they're not good enough. They're not good enough. And but the other thing is Mateen Cleaves was okay in the NBA. Morris Peters, they weren't great NBA players.
They were great college players.
He had really good college players that would go and maybe be role players in the NBA, but I just don't think he's getting the same level of player.
No.
And they're just not as good. I mean, they had that game. They were up 8 to 10 points late and just fell apart, kind of like they did against Iowa.
It's just I'm losing a little bit of interest in men's basketball.
Well, I'm losing a little interest in basketball when it's 70 out. I'm telling you. I mean, I've actually watched a little bit of a spring training game. I mean, it's going to be 73 today, and we do have a Fran press conference at 2:00, and it'll be nice to get that over with so I can go back outside because it's so freaking.
You do have a baseball game tomorrow.
Yes, they have a baseball game tomorrow, and what time is the game?
Snow. And then
they should be able to get the game in. What time is the game?
Because the men start at 8.
Yeah, the game will be over by then.
Yeah.
The game starts at 4, I think, doesn't it?
I don't have it in front of me.
And it's Northern Illinois or Illinois State?
Northern Illinois, I believe.
Okay. So I got a doubleheader over there but even when you say 18, it's but 18 at night in February still not that bad. That's reality.
Well, we're sleeping.
Yeah, and like I said, the fact that it's only going to do that for a day. I wonder, what is that, just a shift in the wind?
I'm trying to find out.
That just seems weird that it would change that
Just
drastically
for
one day and then go right back to being unseasonably warm.
If it was hourly, I don't have an hourly on here.
Yeah, it's too bad that game's at 8 tomorrow. I mean, it
is too bad.
I mean, it would be so much easier if it was at 7 or 6. So you think there's going to be – because, man, they could use a Penn State's – they're not a great team, but, I mean, did they win the other day? I was watching it, then I got – I haven't looked. But they were 7-9 going –
Who did they play?
Yeah, I'll have to look it up during the break. But Penn State's the kind of team where if Iowa doesn't come out and play well, they could lose to this team.
Well, we already did.
I know, but they could lose to them here, too, though.
Yes.
And but they're also, if Iowa comes out and just plays, takes care of business, this is a team it should beat at home. That's what I mean.
We're favored by 7, I
Okay,
believe. that seems
that
about
makes
right.
sense. Penn State, I mean, they're without one of their best. That Clary guy was leading the team in scoring. He's no longer on it, but they got some other nice. The Kern guy, they've got some nice pieces. So it's going to be the Baldwin, the guard. He's great at making steals and what have you. It's going to be interesting to see because Penn State, I mean, they're still hanging on by a thread for some type of postseason opportunity with their record close to 500. So yeah,
we're 16-12.
Iowa's 16-12, 8-9, and just like I said, 8:00 starts on Tuesday just aren't.
No, that's not good.
And also, don't you have the girls' state tournament this week?
Yes.
So yeah,
actually, tomorrow was
Sugar Ray.
Games.
Spray the grill more.
He is cooking tomorrow.
He's spraying the grill more.
And Sugar Ray had his little
procedure.
heart process.
And
He's doing great.
Yep.
Yeah.
I talked to him the other day. Well, I talked to him the day before he was going in, and I assumed I hadn't heard anything that it must have went on.
Says he already feels better,
Good
more
for him.
energy, and yeah, he looked great.
Yeah, good. Well, we got to take a break.
Okay, we'll be right back.
1-800-800-ROSE. 1-800-800-ROSE. Your FTD florist is the only number you need to know to send flowers anywhere in the country or Canada from anywhere in the country. 1-800-800-ROSE. It's so easy. Just remember one number. 1-800-800-ROSE. Your FTD florist. 1-800-800-ROSE. Remember,
don't wait for an emergency to get a backup for your car keys. Unlike the olden days, car keys have gotten extremely complex. Mike's eKeys for Cars can generate the most technically advanced automotive keys that are on the market today. For spares and lost keys, Mike's eKeys for Cars can produce most conventional transponder, high security, and remote head keys. Mike's eKeys for Cars will keep you on the road. Call 319-330-9185 and schedule an appointment today. Don't wait until it's too late. Call 319-330-9185 today.
For a gift that your loved one will treasure for a lifetime, find it at our family-owned jewelry store in Iowa City, Harty and Stocker Jewelers.
We can show you diamond engagement rings, colored stones, fashion jewelry, and watches.
Our jewelers are on site so we can design jewelry for that special person in your life.
We are Harty and Stocker, serving Iowa City and the surrounding area for 3 generations.
Harty and Stocker Jewelers, downtown Iowa City, and HartyandStockerJewelers.com. Ask for Willa, Terry, Tim, or Kate. One of us is always there.
Are you tired of living in a home that doesn't quite meet your needs? Then it's time to call the experts at Streets Maintenance. Their team of skilled professionals specializes in renovations and remodeling, transforming your home into the space you've always dreamed of. From kitchen and bath remodels to complete home renovations, no job is too big or too small. Streets Maintenance will work with you every step of the way to ensure your vision becomes a reality. So don't wait any longer. Call Streets Maintenance to schedule your consultation at 400-4483. Let's start building your dream home today.
There's a problem here in eastern Iowa. There's not enough Hawkeye fans. I mean, really, shouldn't everybody be a Hawkeye fan? Well, maybe not, but you should be a fan of my team at Hawkeye Title and Settlement. Hi, I'm Steve Anderson, and my team of experts at Hawkeye Title and Settlement know what they're doing. Call us at 351-8600. Hawkeye Title and Settlement, the team you love, the people you trust.
Don't let just anyone take care of your smile. At Diamond Dental, you can expect compassion, expertise, and a personalized care plan to protect your teeth for life. With more than 30 years of combined experience, Dr. Forbes and his staff are prepared to tackle even your toughest dental problems, leaving your smile healthy and sparkling. Diamond Dental offers a full range of general and cosmetic dentistry, as well as dental treatment options for snoring and sleep apnea. It's never too early to start thinking about what's best for your smile. Schedule an appointment today by calling 319-390-3703 or visiting the office at 5815 Consul Street Northeast, Suite D1 in Cedar Rapids. You can also visit DiamondDentalPC.com for more information. Dr. Forbes is a proud sponsor of the Hawkeye Wrestling Club and the Inner Circle. Let the Diamond Dental team provide superior care for your entire family.
Car won't go into gear? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty offers full-service mechanical auto repair, in addition to being Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Use Premier for all your auto repair needs. Brakes, oil changes, air conditioning, diagnostics, transmissions, or preventative maintenance. Whether you hit a deer or your car won't go into gear, see Premier Automotive in North Liberty. When you go to a family restaurant, you want three things. One, a wide selection of breakfast, lunch, and dinner items. Two, you want those selections to be affordable and delicious. And three, you want to be treated like family. You get all three at the Midtown Family Restaurant. Breakfast items available anytime the doors are open. Legendary tenderloins, onion rings, and hot roast beef sandwiches. And special ribeye and shrimp nights. Daily specials at each location. And no matter if you're coming in solo or with a group of 20, you get the same special family treatment. The Midtown Family Restaurants at Court and Scott Streets and at the Walmart Plaza on Highway 1 West. Follow them on Facebook or at MidtownFamily.com. The family's waiting for you. GT Carr, owner of Supple's Building and Remodeling, has been offering unmatched service and quality for over 25 years. The trained professionals at Supple's Building and Remodeling will install and guarantee the products used in any job, no matter how big or small. They also stand behind their work and offer no-nonsense, exceptional customer service from design to completion and beyond. Whether it's a simple window replacement or a major house addition, you'll have the confidence that Supple's Building and Remodeling is committed to quality. Visit Supples.net. Or call them today at 319-337-2246.
Truck Month at Deary Ford in Iowa City. Bring in your tax refund and save. Buy a new 2022 Ford F-150 with 0% financing and up to $8,000 off. We have over 75 top-quality used vehicles. Trucks starting at $59.90 and cars from $49.90. Payments from $199 a month with zero down. Truck Month at Deary Ford in Iowa City. Hurry in or shop online at DearyFord.com.
84 years of preparation, the wait is over. The Oxyokin's brand new book, Our Recipes, Our Story, is on sale now. 90 pages in full color, 67 recipes, and our unique history for only $24.99. Get yours while they last at the Oxyokin. Available soon by mail order along with our current serving hours at Oxyokin.com.
The Oxyokin.
Oxyokin, in the heart of a man.
From the Harty and Stalker Studios, in the heart of the Hawkeye Nation, this is the mighty 1630 KCJJ, Iowa City.
Harty and Stalker Jewelers, making memories, making moments.
Meteorologist Brittany Merlot. A red flag warning is in effect for today. Record to near record heat with high temperatures soaring into the mid-70s, with humidity dropping to near 20% and winds whipping out of the south up to 30 miles per hour will allow for fires to start quick and move fast. We put the heat on repeat tomorrow, too, before the storm strikes. That's the forecast on the mighty 1630 KCJJ. Right now, it's 51 degrees.
KCJJ weather. Brought to you by Plum Supply.
Plum Supply, kitchens and baths. Your home never looks so beautiful.
We are back.
How about the heat on repeat? That's what she said.
Yeah. I liked it.
Yeah.
The heat
I
on
like
repeat.
her.
Yeah.
There you
She
go.
gets a little dramatic at times.
She is a little dramatic.
It's the
but-
weather.
Yeah.
So do you.
Yeah.
Weather, man, it brings out the best of
I'm
us.
not saying. The temperatures will soar.
Well,
like she.
this is a pretty crazy. To have 70s in February.
No,
I just
it's
don't,
odd.
What? So are we threatening to break the all-time high today and tomorrow?
Yes.
What is the all-time high for today? It's got to be high 60s, early 70s.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think
Low
once it-
70s, early 70s.
Yeah, well, if it gets to 73, it's got to be 70.
All right.
70,
So
well,
tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it'll be 71 degrees.
Okay.
And then 70, and then 66. And then at 5 o'clock, 61. 6 o'clock, 54. 7 o'clock, 48. 8 o'clock, 40 degrees and windy.
So for everyone going to the game, to the arena, it's going to be fine.
Yeah. Normal. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
it-
even
it's
warmer
going to
than
be
usual.
fine, but it's going to be 40 degrees. When you come out, it's going to be 40 degrees colder than it is right now. So we're definitely
It's going to be normal. It's
Yes.
going to be normal conditions in February
I
when you come
just
out.
turned on the air in here.
Did you really?
Yeah, because the poor guy is in the transmitter room and he's gonna
sweltering.
He's sweltering, and I'm.
So you're showing some sympathy and some kindness.
Well, yes,
some empathy.
Empathy.
I don't want him to drop over.
You're being empathetic. That's part
I
of who
just
you are.
want him to get the job done.
Okay.
Before he drops
So
over.
ultimately, the road leads back to you, is what you're saying. All All right.
I don't.
So is the software called Joey? That's what showed up on the screen.
Well, that's what the
here
the
he
little
is. Should we ask him?
receivers. The little receivers are called Joey.
Why? Why are they called Joey?
Because those are baby
doesn't
kangaroos.
know.
They're baby kangaroos. You've got the hopper, which is significant. It's got a kangaroo, and then the kangaroo's babies are called Joey.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah,
makes perfect sense.
So that's why.
I'm just listening and
now
learning.
You learned something today.
I'm learning. This is an educational show.
Yeah.
So
all things considered.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, I'm going to call up. I'm going to get the Big Ten standings. But yeah, I think Iowa's going to win tomorrow. I'll be surprised if they don't. Put it that way.
Well, and we need to if.
Oh, you got to. If they lose tomorrow, then you pretty
no
much got to make
NCAA chances unless we win the tournament.
Win the tournament, maybe if you. Now, okay, not necessarily. Let's say they lose tomorrow, but then they beat Northwestern Illinois and get to the championship game of the tournament. They're probably in. But that's a lot of ifs. I mean, that's
a lot of ifs.
That's 5 wins I just reeled off there, and that's probably not going to happen. But I would not be surprised if they won at Northwestern. And I wouldn't be. I mean, what if they win out? I mean, if they win out, that would make them 11-9. To me, if they win out, they're in the tournament. I believe maybe they would have to win one at Big Ten, but I don't think so. I think at 11-9 they'd be in. Now
I think part of it depends on what the rest of the Big Ten does too, because there's that blob of teams.
No, I know that, but Illinois and Northwestern are both quad 1 wins. They're going to be quad 1 wins,
right?
And I, for some reason, think at worst they're going 2-1. I don't know. I got a good feeling about this last little run here. I've never been completely sold on Northwestern this year. There's times where they can't score, and I don't know. I mean, and for some reason, I do think Iowa's going to beat Illinois in that home final.
I'm not really sold on any team in the Big Ten this year.
Purdue a little
Close,
bit, but I'm more sold on Purdue to win like the Big Ten tournament. But Purdue in the NCAA tournament against strange teams that they know nothing about, teams that will
they don't do well,
be a matchup problem for them. I could see them losing. They just when they don't have good matchups, they don't handle it well.
And they've had some great teams, but they last time they were in the Final Four, Iowa was in the Final Four.
Purdue, didn't they go in 1980?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you're right. That was the year Iowa did. I think you're right.
Mm-hmm. And they've had some knockout teams in the interim.
Yeah, and that's the big criticism. That's the first. Painter's great. I mean, they're having Gene Cady like success at Purdue. Gene Cady never made the final. The knock on Gene Cady was, I think, with Glenn Robinson, he got to the Elite Eight, and that was about it. And that's the knock, and it is what it is. I'm looking something up. What did you guys have for dinner?
What did I have? Oh, I made it grilled out. Made some salmon and some for the girls, and then some steak, and it was delicious.
Hunan. Went to Hunan.
Hunan, where's that?
Or not Hunan. Jesus Christ. Arisa. Why did I say Hunan?
I don't know.
I got to get to Arisa. I haven't been there for.
I'm 75.
What'd you get?
Called my wife Mercedes. But I got the cashew chicken.
I've had that before.
And chicken egg roll.
Okay.
And then Jan got sizzling rice soup and dumplings. Huge. I mean, a huge bowl. She only finished like half of it.
Yeah, I haven't been there for. I'm going to make a point of trying to get down there this week. Okay.
That was good.
Let's see. Purdue 14-3, 25-3. Illinois 11-5, 20-7. Northwestern 10-6, 9-8. Wisconsin 10-6, 18-9. Nebraska 10-7, 20-8. Probably the coach of the year. That game against Minnesota, they were impressive. Michigan State 9-8, 17-11. Minnesota 8-8, 17-10. Iowa 8-9, 16-12. Penn State 8-9. They did win again, 14-14. Maryland 7-10, 15-13. Indiana 6-10, 14-13.
Wow.
Rutgers 6-10, 14-13. Ohio State 6-11, 16-12. Michigan 3-14, 8-20. I mean, if you look, Penn State, they got a chance. I mean,
they do.
I mean, Penn State's got a chance. I mean, they're still. I mean, they're 8-9 right now. So if they beat Iowa, they're a game over 500. They still would have to probably, even if they won out, I'm not sure they'd have to win a game. But they still, Penn State still has a lot to play for.
That would be a quad 3 loss for Iowa if we lose that one.
I just don't think they're going to lose at home to Penn State. I have faith in this team. I think they're going to come out and take care of business. Hopefully there'll be a decent crowd there. I mean, do you think there'll be 12,000?
No.
I don't even think there'll be 10.
No, maybe 8.
That's what I'm saying. Optimistically, hopefully somewhere between 7 and 9. You know,
who knows? I hope the Iowa fans surprise me.
Obviously, the weather's not going to be a factor unless someone uses the logic. You know, it's 72 degrees out. I'm going to barbecue and grill and watch the first half from my patio.
Well, it's going to get windy and it's going to get.
No, but I'm talking about people that have to drive 2 hours to a game.
Okay.
You know, in almost sort of a reverse way, the weather may actually, in a way, hurt just the not from being threatening to drive through or whatever, but I mean, it's going to be 73 tomorrow's the high.
Yeah. 72 tomorrow, 73 today. It's already 56.
I know, and when I woke up, I think it was 41.
Yeah.
Something like that. So yeah, no.
Yeah, when I walked the dog, it was 42.
And we should point out, it's a red flag warning day.
What do you mean?
Don't burn.
Oh, is it?
Everything is real dry. They had a good fire between Hills and Fryetown.
I'm surprised it's so dry after we had all that snow for so long.
Yeah, it's real dry. And
really?
They had a good grass fire, big grass, not a good one, but a big one between Hills and Fryetown yesterday.
Wow.
Especially don't flick your cigarettes or matches out of your.
Aren't you surprised that it's so dry after we had all that snow?
I am.
Yeah.
I figured the ground was just saturated.
Nope.
You need to get in here. I can.
Yeah. Are you going to help him out, Pat?
Yeah. Here I'll. Why don't you give me that and I'll fix it. I've never said that to anybody before. Those who know me know that I can't fix anything. I'm struggling figuring out if I'm going to be able to figure out how to turn that Panasonic on and get it working. What if it needs batteries? What do I do?
You put the batteries in it.
That's where things could get confusing.
Come on.
What kind of? It's either AAA or AA?
I don't have any idea.
See, it's another thing you're leaving up to me.
When you get the box open, get it open here, and we'll see
adjust?
what it is. Yes.
Okay, all right.
It's not difficult.
That was nice of you. That was nice. And it's got a little carrying thing. I can take it to the beach.
I know.
Like it's the 70s. So, all right, back to the Hawks.
Back to the Hawks.
So you are going to the women's tournament, right?
Yes. Ran into one of our fine sponsors, Steve Anderson.
Yeah.
On the way into the game.
Is he going?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's going to the women's tournament too?
Yep.
I know Susan's going to be covering it for Hawk Fanatic, and I just got our credentials approved for the men for Dallas and I. And so, yeah, a lot. I mean, March.
Well, hopefully you have a long stay in Minneapolis.
Well, Dallas is on vacation that week, and he's got a friend that he's staying with up there. So I'm not even sure if he'll be driving with us. And if by chance something keeps me from going, let's say something happens here to where I have to stay home, Dallas is going to go either way. So he's going to definitely be there for Hawk Fanatic. And like I said, he's looking forward to it. Longer the better, because it's he's basically going to Minneapolis to, it sounds like, to hang out with a college buddy and who doesn't live too far from the arena, so it works out good.
Look. Put that on 200.
What's on, Canon?
200. No, that's CNN.
Oh, yeah, get on to CNN as quickly as possible.
That's kind of fun watching to go through his spaces and stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have it back.
The Price is Right.
Yes, I know.
I haven't seen that in 25, 30 years.
Yeah. It's back.
It is back.
Yeah, what's it back to? The Haley under pressure to get out of the. That's what they're talking about right now. Get out.
I know,
but we're back. The world is ours again.
We're back to the Hawks. Yeah. So where are we going?
He said, now this went on all across this network, basically. Yeah. So they're going to download a fix sometime this week. He said, so this might happen again.
Oh, great.
So,
well,
next time I'm not paying for it.
Take a stand.
I am
taking a stand.
I am taking a stand.
Damn right.
Yeah. Taking a stand.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I was driving. You played the Tracy Chapman, Luke Combs. Now it's all first. It's not on Twitter, but if you Google, it's all over the network. So it's weird how you can't have it on Twitter, but you can. I don't get. You guys are different though. You guys pay to have your music. I mean, I can see why somebody on Twitter, but it's all over the place on social media.
Yeah,
you can download it anywhere. Yeah. You know, it's but no, it's like I said. I love hearing it every time it's on. And you did the Steve Winwood. When I was listening to you. What's that song? Finer Things.
Higher Things.
Higher Things.
Finer
Things. Yeah,
Finer
Things. Steve Winwood was one of those guys who he moved, he bought a house in Worcestville for a while, music-wise, but it still worked for me. I mean, whereas a lot of the bands like Starship and Journey, when they made the reservations in Worcestville, I
wouldn't say that Winwood was in Worcester.
Well, he top 40 kind of, but his top 40 stuff didn't make me angry like others did. Does that make sense?
I have always loved his voice.
Me too.
Ever since I first heard it.
No, and he's got instrumentation in there. It's not wuss.
Well, you don't. I don't necessarily. I mean,
are you talking about his '80s Resurrection?
Yeah, his Resurrection. That was very top 40ish.
Very much so.
A lot of times that would make me angry, but this one, for some reason, he didn't rub me the wrong way. His stuff.
He's playing accompaniment on "Call Me Maybe."
I mean, Finer Things. Wasn't there higher? Give me the
higher love.
Higher love. That stuff. I mean, that's Worcestville, but that one got a
great song.
Valerie is a great song.
It's okay, a little bit too wussy, but still. I mean, wasn't he in the Spencer Davis group?
Yep.
Yes.
And then he was in Traffic, of course.
Yeah.
I've got their greatest hit, their Collectors. It's a great CD. No, you're right though. His voice, the moment you hear it, you know it's him.
Low Sparks, great.
Love that song.
12 minutes.
One of the greatest.
He was in Blind Faith.
You're right about that.
Yeah, Can't Find My Way Home.
Yep.
Great song.
Good song. That's a good song. But yeah, Low Sparks is him at his peak, I would say. One of the greatest songs ever.
Yeah, 12 minutes. I love that song.
But you never play it on here.
No.
But think about it. You could play,
12 minutes.
You play that right now and our show's over. But no, Steve Winwood has withstood the test of time, is what I'm saying.
He sure
and
has.
like I said, I like that song, Finer Things. I think it's a good song, but it is very top 40ish, is what I'm saying.
It's top 40, but it's
Nor
not.
have I.
It's top 40, but it's a little more. It's also it's
got a great sound to
album.
it. Yeah, it's got a great sound to it.
You know, it's what we call album rock.
You never saw Traffic live?
No. I did see Dave Mason at the Englert.
And he was in Traffic.
I saw Dave Mason out our window once. Dave Mason was in when we were in Coralville too.
Was he?
Yeah, I saw him out the window.
I didn't remember that.
Don't you converse with him on Facebook? Or haven't you before?
I have.
Or is it you?
Well, it's both then.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's probably like, who are these two radio freaks from Iowa City?
Yeah.
Why won't they leave me alone? I think that's what he's saying.
He's saying my dish is working.
This one's working. Is yours working in there?
It's
starting up.
Starting up.
Okay, but no, this one's working fine.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, tomorrow night's game. And I say this all the time, but you have to say it for every game. 3-point shooting is going to be huge.
Yeah.
If Iowa has one of those where they're 4 of 21 or something,
they're probably not going to win.
And Penn State somehow makes if Iowa gets outscored by much from 3-point range, I worry about their chances of winning. I think that is one stat that they need to at least not lose on. You don't necessarily have to dominate it, but you can't lose. You can't be down 9, 12 points in that stat against this team.
No.
It's not a great shooting team. But sometimes even mediocre shooting teams get hot for a game, so it's going to be interesting.
And it seems to happen against Iowa more than it does.
Yeah, because there's times, Iowa plays very fast, so you have multiple possessions.
And same with the women.
And that makes it harder on defense because you're guarding multiple times. And it just seems like there's lots of times when teams rotate the ball, someone ends up being wide open against Iowa. That just happens. And, you're lucky that even a good 3-point shooter misses more than he makes. More times than not. So, no, this is a big game. I mean, this is the game that they got to get this. I mean, of the 3 games left, this is the one you can't really justify them losing at home.
Nope.
If they lose at Northwestern, you can. Northwestern's pretty good.
Understandable.
If they lose at home to Illinois, it's a really good Illinois team. But this one tomorrow there's no Fran probably wouldn't agree because then he'd say I'm shortchanging the opponent. But that's how I feel. They should win this game tomorrow. This Penn State team's 14-14 for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
They're very inconsistent, so we'll see. And they owe them, man. They fell apart there.
Yes, they did.
That the loss at Penn State and the loss at home to Michigan. You reverse those two games. Iowa, what would they be? They'd be
18 and 10.
And 10. They'd be in right now.
Yeah.
They'd be in the tournament right now. So pay them back. Make sure you get retribution.
Retribution. That's good word.
Is it working?
It's going through its paces.
Pairing your dish remote control.
It's going through its paces.
Press set now. Do I press set? Okay.
He said he'll be in there in a second.
Yeah.
In other words, shut up.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch
leave it
anything.
the F alone.
Don't touch anything and leave me alone. I think that's what that meant. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I think that. You think that's what he meant? Don't touch anything.
Absolutely.
Leave me alone. With an emphasis on the leave me alone.
Yeah. It's kind of fun watching somebody work here.
Especially on something that I would have no. I mean, think about what he's doing there. I mean, I have trouble turning my TV on at times.
Jesus.
I'm not exaggerating either. But
well, you got different remotes and stuff, so I grab the wrong remote sometimes, and good things don't happen.
No, you hit one button, you're off.
So what the hell is this?
How do I get back to where I want to be? You know, I have to call my neighbors.
What is this screen?
So I did track and field. The women finished third at indoor. Men finished fifth. They did have 6 all Big Ten finishes. The Big Ten indoor meet was this past weekend. I'm trying to think. What did
the Gym Hawks
that one?
up?
If you want to look at, that was one I did. And I know softball swept a doubleheader against Jacksonville on Saturday. I haven't posted their Sunday result yet. They did lose 2 yesterday. Wasn't one to North Florida? Yeah, that one kind of surprised me. They did lose 2. It wasn't a doubleheader. It was to 2 different teams. So yeah, that was kind of a mixed results for the softball team.
I got it.
Let's see.
Got the cabin for 3 days. It's gonna be sweet.
What are you doing?
Oh, I was listening to TV. We got the TV back. I was checking the sound.
So the show is kind of getting in the way of your TV watching, is what you're saying.
No, I just was checking the sound.
Well, you guys watched Canon for you. Should we just start watching CNN now and see how that goes over with our listeners?
No, it's boring.
It is boring.
Yeah, I am sick of it.
Politics is boring.
Yeah.
It sure. Okay. Yeah. Munoz shines at Big 5. University of Iowa gymnastic teams posted a team score of 196.225 on Saturday evening inside of Rec Hall, defeating number 30 Maryland, finishing 4th overall in the meet. Number 11 Michigan finished in first place with a 197.500, followed by Illinois.
Scores are.
Yeah, real close. Followed by Illinois, Penn State. Jim Hawks finished in front of 30th ranked Maryland, who finished at 195.100. Yeah, very close.
Okay, there you go. I don't know anything about gymnastics scoring. All I know is it seems how they deduct points. Everything is so precise and so.
The only time we went to the Big Ten gymnastics last year when they had it at
you could argue that the gymnasts are the most freakish athletes of anybody in college.
They're incredible.
Well, I mean, how many times have you seen a 6'7" guy dunk a basketball or make a 3? I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying, though.
Uh-huh.
But what they do is just extraordinary.
Especially the balance beam, to me, is just ridiculous.
I don't know how they can do it.
In fact, we were talking about this at supper at Monica's the other night, and
what'd you get?
Pizza. I always get the Megan Gustafson when I get the pizza.
What's on that?
Sausage and pepperoni.
Okay.
And it was fabulous.
Yeah, no, their pizza's good.
It really is.
And what I like about it, if you do that as opposed to Sam's, they're both completely different.
Completely different.
And that's what I like. I like pizza.
Wig and Pan is completely different.
It's different. It's closer to Sam's than it is.
It is. Unless you get their flying tomato, which I don't.
I have before, but I've told you before, it's just too much cheese. Well, I always used to have to get it, and then I'd take it home and put it in the oven so it would cook. But it's a lot of cheese.
Tomato fan. I really am.
I love tomatoes, especially on salads.
Yeah.
Tacos.
You don't like tomatoes?
I really don't, and they're not good for arthritis. They're bad for arthritis, actually.
Maybe that's why my elbow still hurts.
Well, I mean,
I eat a lot of tomatoes.
Seriously,
a ton of tomatoes.
They're not good for arthritis.
But aren't they mostly good for you?
Not if you got arthritis.
So a tomato in any form is not good for you?
Yeah.
So pizza even.
Well, but I will make an
You
exception.
usually have to.
I was waiting for your medical explanation for why it's different. You were thinking of something to say.
It's different because it's pizza.
No, it's cooked, so it's good for you.
No, it's funny, but like there are things you should avoid, which I don't. But things you should avoid if you've got arthritis. One of them is pasta. I mean, I don't eat a lot of pasta.
Or what goes on pasta?
Pasta.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't
eat a ton
and
of pasta.
I don't eat a lot of it anyway. But
Well,
when I go to Marabito's or something and get the linguine with the shrimp, I'm not giving that up.
I mean, I eat pasta. Don't get me wrong. I have my homemade rigatoni that's got 2 different noodles in it with Graziano sausage, whatever kind of marinara sauce I'm in the mood for, onions, green peppers, red peppers, and mushrooms. Man, cook it in the oven for about a half an hour. It is good. Put a little red pepper flakes on it, then pop it off with Parmesan cheese and Italian cheese. It is really good. But you wouldn't like it because it's got onions in it. Now, do you like green and red peppers?
Yes.
Okay, so
I like almost all peppers.
Do you like mushrooms?
No.
So, yeah, I mean,
I can eat mushrooms. It's not a flavor thing. It's a texture thing.
Okay. But
I love mushrooms.
I do, too. I love sautéed mushrooms in
Yeah.
butter and salt.
Yeah.
I'm going to have those tonight. I got them ready with my New York strip that I've already purchased. Hy-Vee had them on sale, like almost half price for an 8-ounce New York strip.
We got yesterday at Hy-Vee their little 4-ounce sirloins.
They have them $3.99. Yeah, I had one of those had one of those when we did I had one of those the other night with my neighbors when we did a cookout.
They're delicious.
Yeah, it was good. I was still a little hungry. I could have used more, but so 8. I usually need about 8 ounces to fill me up. 5 ounces is not.
I can't eat more than 8.
Oh, I can if I'm really hungry.
No, I can't.
I used to be able, when the Lark was up, would get the 16-ounce beef tenderloin.
No problem at all. Baked potatoes, salad.
No, we go to either Texas Roadhouse or we go to Longhorn, and they each have 12-ounce steaks, and I take it almost half of them.
That's
home.
probably my preferred size would be 12 ounces. 16s, I mean, but I like them the next day, man. You pan-sneer them and make great steak sandwiches with them. But no, got to barbecue these next 2 days. And isn't it great for the baseball team to be able to play another February game outside where the weather's going to feel like May?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's going to be 60-some degrees when that game starts at 4 o'clock tomorrow. And the other thing is we just haven't had much precip, and I get understanding the dry part. I guess I just didn't think it had dried this much. That snow's only been gone for, what, a couple weeks?
Yeah.
Your nephew in the chat room.
What's he doing? Is he instigating?
Dish, DirecTV, MediaCom, all horrible experiences.
That's my nephew?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he's had a rough life, man.
I've never had a problem with MediaCom.
I have, but not lately.
No, not lately.
Not
But
lately.
I have. I mean,
The only problem I have now is the price.
I haven't had any trouble with any of those three, and I've had them all.
Well, I mean, and
they're all basically the
This
same.
isn't a problem until they download. We didn't have a problem with it until they downloaded the wrong, corrupt
Yeah, sometimes
software.
stuff like that happens.
You know.
But no, my MediaCom stuff, knock on whatever, has been for the last couple of years now. Because remember, I had that stretch where it was brutal for me and my neighbor. She went through anytime mine was out, hers was out. And so they couldn't, lots of times they like to pin it to just your location. Like the problem's on your end, you're doing something wrong. But I'd always say, well, my neighbor's is out too. But no, last couple of years, everything's been working for the most part.
And I've been thinking about dropping DirecTV and just streamlining things a little bit.
Don't you already streamline like 6 things?
Well, I mean, we don't watch DirecTV programming very much, except for your live sports.
Yeah, I've never had DirecTV. I couldn't tell you.
I mean, it's the same.
I mean, I'm not big on change, especially if it's with technology, because then I have to rely on other people to help me because I know so little about it.
Yeah.
I mean, and I just would prefer to avoid it.
Well, the streaming is Boy, you get a lot of choices, man.
Oh, I know. I mean, I've had people tell me that.
And now they're getting to the point where, you know, a lot of the sporting events are going to be streamed exclusively.
Yeah.
And that's
yeah. Well, and ABC, Fox, ESPN, there's a bunch of them that are joining together. They're getting sued for this, to put games on this one app they're coming up with. Fox is involved in it too, and they're talking about charging $30
a month.
Yeah, yeah. People are.
I mean, and
they're getting sued. They're getting sued by cable stations, cable companies, streaming companies like Fubo and Hulu.
It just shouldn't be that expensive to watch TV.
No, it really shouldn't. When you had it free.
I mean, we grew up when it was free. I mean,
you
granted,
can still watch it free.
Yeah, the 3 channels.
Yeah, but it's nothing. It's not anything.
But I mean, if they take everything away from broadcasters, are really pissed off.
I mean, there's occasionally something on ABC, CBS, or NBC that I watch, but not often.
You don't watch NCIS?
No, never.
The
watched
FBI's?
It. Never watched.
You don't watch
it.
the FBI's?
Never watched it. I've never watched.
The only TV series we've watched in decades was This Is Us.
Yeah, talk about wussy.
Is what'd you say?
This Is Us.
So,
it's on CBS.
Yeah. I've never heard of it.
Wuss.
What's it about?
People got
about a family.
About a family where a toaster exploded and killed somebody. Wasn't that it?
That was not it.
What is it?
The house burnt down because of an appliance failure, and Jack went in and saved some of the family and the family dog, and he died because of it.
The family dog died?
No, Jack did.
Who? Yeah. Okay.
So. Milo Ventimiglia.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because they left toast in or something.
I can't remember where. Might have been a blender or something. I can't remember the appliance.
So what, like it caught fire like at the outlet?
Yes.
Oh. I've got a bunch of stuff plugged in at my house right now. I hope that... I've never thought about it catching on fire.
Well, you don't think of that.
Make sure that you get the dog out. You don't have one.
I don't have a dog right
Here's what really happened. I want a raise. Okay, well, we were going to give you a raise, but then this toaster short-circuited.
I saw that.
Now you're out.
I saw that you texted me that thing of Roger Waters firing.
Oh,
his son.
Yeah, Roger Waters fired his son.
Why?
He got sick of him playing with him. This guy's a real bastard.
He fired his son.
He fired his son. After 18 years,
seems
his
harsh.
son played with him, and he fired him.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
For no reason.
He's just an angry...
Yeah, the son goes, I don't know why I was fired.
There's some stuff going on in his head that ain't right now.
You think?
Yeah, no, it's not good.
I mean, come on.
Talk about destroying your legacy. Jesus.
So the kid is playing with a cover band, with a Pink Floyd cover band.
Is he?
Yeah.
What are they called?
Something Floyd.
Fink Floyd?
I'll find out.
I watched that. You've seen it. You've seen the old version of Hart doing Stairway to Heaven at the Kennedy Awards. I saw that. Somehow it popped up on my suggestion, and I listened to it when I was out walking yesterday. The neatest thing about that thing, besides how great the performance, was how much those guys from Led Zeppelin appreciated it.
Yeah.
You could just see it. And Jimmy Page they were so honored that they went. I don't think they
Page teared up.
I don't think they expected the all those singers at the end. They raised the curtain. They were just, it was, and somebody posted underneath the YouTube thing that I said, they like it when you do tributes like this when they're still alive and can appreciate it. I mean,
Brit Floyd.
What is it?
Brit Floyd.
B-R-I-T?
Yeah.
Okay.
They also fired the background singer and saxophonist.
And I'm not a huge Hart fan, but they did a great job with that song.
Oh, listen.
It was incredible.
It was incredible.
And with all the background singers they had, they worked on that thing, and you could tell that those Zeppelin guys were blown away by it. And David Letterman was sitting right next.
Wilson's one of the best.
Well, she did a great job. And David Letterman was sitting next to Jimmy Page. You see that?
Yeah, we played that for a while too.
Oh, it was
that
good.
we did play.
Can you still play it now?
I don't have it in them.
That'd be my first request to Molly.
Yeah, no, it's not in.
Another dream crushed.
Yeah.
The Dream Crusher.
And then the Wilson, they also got together on Call Me Baby. So.
And then Led Zeppelin has agreed to come back and do their own version of Barracuda. Is that what you're telling me?
That'd be interesting.
Barracuda.
So that was 2009, or was that 2012 when they did that?
I thought 12.
Okay, so 12 years ago. I mean,
no, it was fantastic.
Robert Plant was in tears.
Yeah,
he was just blown away by the amount of work and effort they put into that to pay tribute to them, and it was just cool watching them react to it.
Yeah,
and it was great. It was just great music.
Yeah,
the singing, the instruments, the guitar. The guy who did the guitar solo did it so
those
well.
Kennedy Center honors.
Those are cool. They are.
They really are.
So was that specifically that night for Zeppelin?
Yes.
I don't remember it. I'm surprised I didn't recall that.
Yeah.
So they just were honoring them for like a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no, it was really Obama was in the crowd. Yeah. I mean, it was really cool. Yeah. And when when it builds up and then the guitar starts taking over, that guy was really good. And they showed Jimmy Page watching. You could tell Page was impressed. It was neat.
Yep.
I think he's a little.
Is your TV finally working?
He's a little preoccupied with that TV.
Now it's downloading a guide. Guide up.
Downloading some porn.
Is that right? Should it do that? Yeah. Yeah, we don't have a bedroom. Why is it saying bedroom?
Saying what?
Maybe it is porn.
Huh?
What's it saying? Is it saying bedroom?
Oh, I guess. Yeah, because then people start sleeping around here, which they do now.
So it looks like it's working now?
It's well, there's a picture.
And it's the same picture we got in here.
Yeah. So that's good.
It is good. This guy knows what he's doing.
Pat, why don't you give him...
Want me to help him?
Yeah, give him some pointers.
See if he needs any help.
Maybe he can help you put batteries in the radio.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm looking at that. I'm a little intimidated looking at that box.
Jesus.
Well, you would probably, Steve, would be the best choice technology-wise in the building right now.
Because Lang's not here, right?
To put batteries in the box.
Whatever. Molly would be next.
What if Lang was here?
Then Hunter. Then me.
So you're saying I'm last?
You're last.
I can't argue that. The fact that I am below you is a little disturbing, but
it should be.
I can't really argue it. But if Lang was here, would he be number one ahead of Captain?
Lang is Mr. Social Media, so Captain would still be one, but Lang would be right up there.
Okay. He has me last.
Because Lang's pretty good.
What if Wapsie was here?
You and Wapsie would be a dead heat. Wapsie could put her paw on the remote and maybe come up with
something, whereas when I put my finger on the remote, sometimes it screws things up.
I saw this great video on Instagram where this dog stands up and it's from their camera. They're watching the dog from work, and the dog, when they leave the house, and you hear him leave the house, we'll be back, and then the dog kind of is laying on a chair, gets up, goes to the piano, and stands up and starts hitting keys and howling.
Seriously?
Seriously.
There's some good stuff with. There is some funny stuff you can find even on X of pets and stuff.
But you can tell this. I mean, nobody trained this dog to do this. And the dog is just hitting the keys and howling. It's great.
Is he gone?
Huh? I don't believe so.
I think he walked out of here. You know what I think his first words were? Kill me.
I don't know what I'm going to listen to, but it ain't going to be that.
Good Lord, man.
Well, I think that's about it.
God, it's already 10:40. No, he's coming back. Well, we're kind of in his way a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to. I'm going to try to get Adam on for either Wednesday or Friday, because by then we will have had both teams played at least 2 games. Just so we can do a basketball update. And I'm going to reach out to. I want to talk to. I wouldn't mind getting Jess Settles on to talk about Owen Freeman, since Jess is the last Hawkeye, I believe, to be named Big Ten Freshman of the Year, isn't he? Aaron White.
I think that's right.
I think that's right. But I think that would be interesting too, just to get Jess's. He did the Minnesota Nebraska game yesterday, and he, as always, I think he does a good. I think most of those analysts do a pretty good job.
I do too.
Jess is my favorite. I'm biased, I admit it, but Robbie Hummel does an okay job. Brian Butch, they all do pretty solid.
Yeah, they really do.
And Stephen Bartow's been doing it and I do agree with Stephen Bartow. It seems like the officials are starting to get really sensitive about athletes. I mean, they're giving technicals a lot now just for people showing a lot of emotion. My guess is they're saying, well, they're showing up their opponent, whatever. But, man, I don't know. I've just seen some technicals this year that I thought were a little overboard.
Yeah, I mean, that's these great athletes, part of what makes them
emotion.
Great is emotion.
And let them show some, as long as they're just not in their face and taunting. But I don't know. All right, I'll get off my soapbox and let's get out of this guy's way. So everybody enjoy this weather.
HawkFanatic.com. Check it out. It is free.
Download the new KCJJ app. Keep up with the latest news, weather, and high school sports. You can send us pictures, audio, and video. Access our social media, chat with us, and listen wherever you go. You can even listen to our sister station, 99 Plus KFMH. The new KCJJ app.